I think we're having the best. What's up?
How are you, man?
We are having the best time. Now, this man gave me the greatest gift. I won't tell you, but gave me the greatest gift.
An Argyle sweater.
An Argyle sweater.
How did you get those guns on the plane?
Oh, wicked.
These things?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, these are real. I can attest. Come on, man.
Paul Rudd and Joanthan Majors is most known for their roles as the protagonist and antagonist of the upcoming film Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania.
Oh, man!
Thank you.
And over the course of the announcement of this film and promoting it, there have been tons of interview moments between the two of them, and today we wanted to take a look at some moments between these two, so let's go ahead and jump into it.
Hanging out.
There's Jonathan.
Just chilling out. He probably didn't even know the camera was there.
Yeah,
He was just
I know. It's like he's just hanging out
by the pool.
by the pool again,
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, what about my casual shot?
Yeah, and this is your casual shot.
Stay with the wall.
Yeah, that's
So it's similar.
But before we get into more of these moments, some trivia for you. As of what we know so far, how many times will Joanthan Majors play the character Kang the Conqueror in the MCU? Leave your guesses in the comments down below and stick around to the end of the video to find out if your answer was correct.
Kang versus Damian Anderson from Creed 3. Who would win in a matchup?
If it's on, it's on. I would say they're not in the same weight class, but probably a draw.
Do you want to ask me who would win a fight between me and Peter Clavin from I Love You, Man?
Oh, who would win? That's a good one.
They would both lose.
And Paul Rudd continues to compliment Kang on what he's done for this movie.
Yeah, he's really, he's a great actor, and throughout the entire film, he really, he felt as if he was a formidable foe, and he was also getting ready to go do Creed.
During the premiere of the film, he admits that he wants him on the cover of People's Sexiest Man Alive magazine.
Talking about it because you know what it is. Everyone's looking at you.
Look, having just seen the cover of Ebony that Jonathan just did, I think we might all be talking about that.
But I think people with you
they're
are
looking
like,
at pictures of Jonathan. They're like, okay, Paul, tell us about your sleep schedule.
well, you know what? If sleep is key.
But real quick, make sure you guys check out our Instagram page, linked down in the description. There's a ton of interview moments and memes, so make sure you check it out and give us a follow.
The rhythms of the family, and when Jonathan showed up, the rhythm changed. The beats per minute in a scene got slower. They got deliberate.
With the numerous interviews they have been in promotion of this highly anticipated film, there is one that some people can't stop talking about, and that is where they kind of jokingly hug it out, acting like there is no war between them.
I'm willing to just start fresh if you are. But I don't want to
Right now.
Right now. Well, here's the thing. I figure it's being
Yes.
filmed.
The answer is yes.
Oh my God.
In terms of what kind of character Kang is, his appearance first came in number 19 of the Fantastic Four comic book in 1963. Of course, created by Stan Lee himself and Jack Kirby.
If I am, she's very much like her father, and she keeps it to herself. You know?
I love that.
She's seen the movie. She was starstruck by Paul Rudd yesterday. So much, in fact, I was so jealous, I said, you gotta go back to school. Get on the airplane. You gotta go.
This issue introduced a criminal from the year 3000 who had traveled back in time and conquered ancient Egypt, who was implied to be a descendant of the Fantastic Four villain Dr. Doom.
Michael B. Jordan is my cut man and probably currently my best friend. And Paul Rudd right now is like my road dog. We're like Radiohead out here. I won't tell you who's Tom York, but like we're just we're like SNL buddies,
Now some could argue that this villain is very much stronger than Thanos. Thanos, according to comic book lore, has an extreme physical advantage. Kang doesn't have much in terms of natural power like Thanos. He does, however, possess a level of intellect that takes him beyond most others.
Sorry, guys.
He declared him on the, when you land in the plane, you have to fill out in the customs. He had to declare them.
Yeah, I just said name Chris Hemsworth. They said, oh, come on through.
It all depends on what powers you think are better or who you think is smarter. We know what we know from the comics, but when we see him in action on the big screen, we won't know for sure.
You're the conqueror of the sexiest men.
That's the phrase.
That's what people are saying.
I like to think of it more as like the Blarney Stone. You work with Joanthan, you're going to be named sexiest man alive.
There you go.
And throughout all the interview moments between these two, it's clear that they have a good standpoint in terms of their relationship, especially proven from this moment.
He's such a fashionable guy, right? I mean, like, that Joanthan, whenever you see Joanthan, he always, like, looks super cool. He's got, like, great, like, such style. I'm like, you need to bring this down to, like, like a middle-aged father. Like, I'm going to give you an Argyle V-neck.
And they continue to bond over figuring out what moment in time they would go back to if they could.
I was hoping you would say 1995, because that was the year you appeared in Clueless and my little teenage heart fell for you. Does that feel like a
well, then I guess I'd
ago?
say 1995. And Clueless.
I even named my son Paul.
I was 6 years old.
Paul Rudd reveals that Scott Lang and Kang the Conqueror's initial meeting in Ant-Man 3 was also the first scene he and Joanthan Majors filmed together. And this is kind of rare, as a lot of scenes are recorded and filmed in random order most of the time in films and in TV shows.
I have to say kudos to you.
Oh, wow.
This guy stepped on set and knew exactly what he was doing, exactly what he wanted to do. I think for all of us, just like, let's get out of his way. He owned the space, he owned the scene, he owned everything.
I was struck by his portrayal immediately, the rhythm at which he was saying the lines, the kind of rooted nature and gravitas. Rudd told Insider, the musicality of the scene, the rhythms of it all seemed unfamiliar because I had never gone up against this guy, and it was charged and fun, and I think we immediately kind of settled into what that dynamic was.
Finally, I get an opponent that is worth my time. Honestly,
Yeah,
all right, I gotta,
exactly.
Yeah,
Wasting all this time on Thanos.
You know what I'm saying?
Meanwhile, now he's ready.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I think I got a really big head after Thanos now I can take it. I can take this guy.
It was great and continued through the entire film, Rudd added. And sometimes we have seen these two get pretty close to one another, proving that they are not enemies in the slightest, like at the premiere when they were spotted hugging each other on the red carpet.
But, Joanthan is an intimidating figure, and I was just hoping that the fight choreography was really going to last and that I wouldn't step the wrong way at the wrong time because, he's tough.
There is extreme pressure within the MCU right now on whether or not we will see a death within this film, and the trailer really portrays it in a way that someone will, and more than likely, Ant-Man.
That's already a miracle, right? As an actor, that's already a miracle. Okay, great. I'm going to work. Great.
That never changes.
Yeah. You go. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Somebody wants me?
Yeah. It's deep. Wow. It's deep, but it's real.
However, of course, that may just be Marvel's trick, making it too obvious, as Joanthan Majors is scheduled to appear in other Marvel films. Kind of proves that he obviously will make a comeback, but as far as we know, there are no other movies that Paul Rudd is scheduled to be in if you do a little bit of research.
Like, there's a shake that I would have that was about 800 calories, and you just had to just grin and just throw it back.
What's in it?
I have so many bad things to say that are in it.
So there is a slight possibility that this is the end of his character, and what makes sense to me is Cassie Lang steps in as the new Ant-Woman.
Because, he's the low-key, hero of heroes. And so now to put him up against a very, very formidable foe gives, I think, Ant-Man a huge arc from the beginning, getting out of jail to now.
Now this is all just speculation and my prediction. Nothing of this is by no means true, but by my own words. Nonetheless, we will just have to wait and see what this film has in store for us.
He's playing a conqueror, and that's not an easy thing to do. But it was very clear from the very beginning that, Joanthan has quite a handle on this part.
Something tells me you enjoy being the villain more than anything else.
There's a high pleasure principle to it.
And in terms of our trivia question, he will play Kang the Conqueror in Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Avengers the Kang Dynasty, and Avengers Secret Wars.
So he's drinking his,
Yeah, he's drinking his protein. Here's you with a glass of juice.
Yeah. So it's kind of the same. They were like, what do you want, like chamomile tea or something? And I was like, what am I, a wimp? No.
More and more reviews are starting to come out with critics, and with the quantum realm, anything can happen, as we saw in Spider-Man's version of the multiverse. Some of the reviewers point out Paul and Joanthan specifically in terms of their characters and the role and goals they have within the film.
I think it's safe to say
You are literally the only person on this entire planet who can have an audience rooting to go against Paul Rudd. Like the nicest guy.
Great picks for these characters, of course, and critics agree. Ellen E. Jones described this film as, in his more wistful moments, Kang would surely understand the main misgiving with his efficient movie product.
Working with veteran actors, legend actors.
Yeah, this is an icons only room.
Then I'll get out of here.
No. Icons only.
Yeah, big dog. Big dog actors.
Big dogs.
You know what I mean?
And another critic saying, since his introduction in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in 2015, Ant-Man has acted as something of a palate cleanser for audiences.
2, 1.
That's a good question. Oh man. Boy.
Oh, you're understand.
I want to say hope, because teenagers with mood swings is not easy to deal with.
These actors have a lot of respect for each other for their roles in this film and onward. With all of their interviews we get to see more and more of their chemistry through their words, and if we look close enough, maybe some hints as what's next to come in the MCU.
We're actually going to work on that as soon as we get out of here. Right between,
I didn't want to, I thought, I don't want to show the guy up. You know, it's...
Don't give him too much.
So what do you guys think about all these moments, and are you excited to see these two characters in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania? Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe with notifications on for more videos just like this. That's it for today though. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye guys.
Will we see you back for a 4th?
I have no comment on any of that stuff.
Okay.
Not that I would know anything anyway. I never do.